Refrain, couleur du ciel, parfum de mes 20 ans. Jardin plein de soleil où je courais enfant. Yeah, okay.
And back to 1956, when you heard about the Eurovision Song Contest, what do you think about the whole idea and the concept of an international song contest?
I think it's it was and it still is very important. The idea is to open the frontiers, to make people meet people, their cultures, their country, well, everything about the neighbor, let's say. After the war, after very many sad years, it was really necessary to do something about. And I think this idea was sensational, and it's the proof you have that it still lives after 55 years. That's fantastic.
You had two songs in that first contest. Das alte Karussell, I don't know if my German's any good.
Yes.
And Refrain.
Yes.
Which of the two did you think was the best song? Did you have a preference?
Well, at that time we needed one because we have four languages in our country, so we needed to choose two, one in French and one in German or Italian. We could also, but I think as a melody, of course, French is a beautiful language, but for Switzerland, I think it was a very nice song, very relaxing song. And actually, I dedicated all the license, all the money I got for it for a benefice.
Lovely.
Already at the time. Mm-hmm.
Excellent. So what are your memories of that night of winning the first contest?
Well, of course it was exciting, but you see, I already had my career, my big career. I was in America. I had 7 years contract with MCA, Music Corporation of America, and it was not that important that I absolutely participate. But for me, it was an honor to represent my country, of course. Yeah. And it's always informing. It's always good for your career to do something like that.
Großer Fan von dir. This is Brian.
Brian.
Hallo.
Genau.
Ich
bin für die
We talked about you.
Yeah? Delegation.
Delegation.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
He's the bad boy. No.
And you returned the following year in 1957 with perhaps less success with
Yes, of
today.
course, yes.
What do you remember
Never
of that
mind.
song and the occasion?
Yes. Never mind, it's okay. Then I went once more, almost the first one again.
Yeah.
And it's a very nice story about that song, Giorgio, which is composed by the same composer as my Oh Man Papa, my world hit.
Yeah.
Yes. It tells about the little story about two people meeting in south of Switzerland for a weekend. And they say, and then we drink Chianti, that's wine. And then they say, and then we eat polenta. And polenta is a meal, something made of maize. Maize, yeah. And in Italy, when you say, you talk about police, you say, be careful, the polenta is coming. It's a nickname.
Yeah.
And so they didn't give me the last 2 points. That's why I didn't win.
That's why you
I made
lost
the second.
Right. Did you ever think then of going back to the contest to sing again?
Yes, of course. And I still think if I had a real good song and good background, and we got not just let me sing, not too much in the background. And good lighting, of course. I still believe I could have some points.
So you've sung on the Eurovision in German and French and Italian, and I can hear you speak excellent English. How many languages do you speak altogether?
Eight.
And do you sing in all 8 languages?
Yes, I do.
And which ones do you prefer singing in?
Of course, the Latin language is, I think, is most fitting for me. It's Italian, Spanish, Portuguese, maybe, and of course English too, and French, of course. Well, I think even the Scandinavian languages are very nice to sing. There's no problem for me.
Good. And have you followed the contest over the years?
Yes, of course.
And this year we have Switzerland back in the final after a few years.
Inshallah.
Have you come here to support the Swiss entry? Have you?
I do.
And what do you think of its chances?
Yeah, with all my heart.
With all your heart.
No, no, no. I love everything you do.
Why do you think the Eurovision Song Contest has lasted so long? Why do you think we're still talking here 55 years later?
As I told you, I think it's very important for all the countries for to let people know about their countries. Because for many years ago, who would think about Turkey or whatever it was? It was not important. And you imagine what that means for those countries for the tourism. It's fabulous,
Yeah.
you know. I think it's very, and I think that's the reason why it lasts so long and it goes on.
And what's the biggest?
And I think it's the best European show. Entertaining, interesting. Who can put so many people in one place with so many participating and so many? It's impossible.
And what's the biggest change you've seen in terms of the technical side of things?
Yes,
since
that's
you
of course.
competed?
I would prefer if it was a little bit more live orchestra. I think that would
You
be
enjoyed
nice.
performing with an
Yes,
orchestra?
I think that would be nice. But then on the other side, this is more secure. You know, it's a good timing, less expenses because you imagine all the rehearsal, everything, the people, the hotels, etc., etc. It's almost impossible for 43 countries. For some countries, impossible because they don't have this money.
And are you delighted to be associated with the Eurovision Song Contest? It's
Yes.
something you're very proud of?
Yes, I am.
And are we going to see you back next year?
I hope so, inshallah.
I hope so too. Lys
Thank
Assia,
you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.